How are we doing, guys? Always to be Aston Villa 0, Leeds United. Match review of the game. Absolutely fantastic. Just fantastic, phenomenal. All the superlatives you can think of, because that tonight from Leeds United was a statement. That was a real statement of intent of what we want to do in this Premier League. We want to entertain, we want to play on the front foot, and we just want to score goals. We just want to play our football. We just want to be Leeds United. This is what Leeds United have become for the last 2.5 years. People who haven't seen Leeds since Bielsa took the job are surprised by this. I don't want to sound arrogant, but I'm not surprised by the level of performance Leeds displayed tonight. Yeah, Aston Villa started the season absolutely phenomenally well. You know, they beat the champions 7-2, but I'm not surprised. I'm not even surprised we're putting that level of performance, because that's the standard. The standard Marcelo Bielsa has set at this football club. You know, it's so high. They're so high, the standards now. You know, the Wolves game, the fact that second half wasn't great, Bielsa was critical of that second half because the standard is that high. It doesn't matter what we did in the first half. The full 90 minutes wasn't good enough in Bielsa's eyes. But now, we go in tonight and we just put in a complete, perfect, textbook away performance. And, you know, it's just absolutely fantastic. It's not just the fact about the result. It's the fact we deserved to win 3-0. We probably deserved to win by more goals. You know, we were absolutely phenomenal tonight. I made so many notes, as usual, on this game. I'm just going to go through everything I kind of picked up on from the game. But the manner of the performance was absolutely superb. And it was just a fantastic performance. And, you know, second half especially. You know, I thought we were good first half, but second half, we just took it up another level. You know, we just suffocated Villa. We did just suffocate Villa with the press, with our use of the ball. We just pinned Villa back. You know, Villa could not get out their own half, and we just started to create chance after chance after chance. You know, we had a few before half time, and we really started to just, in that second half, we just started on fire. We were just on fire in that second half, and Villa just weren't at it. And that, to be fair, is probably disrespectful to us. It wasn't just a case of Villa weren't at it. We made Villa look poor more than anything. You know, we made Villa look poor. Villa clearly aren't a poor team. They're clearly not. You know, they've clearly got a lot of quality about them, and we just made them look average tonight. And that is the greatest kind of compliment you can play to Leeds, because tactically, I think in that second half, we committed more men forward on the counter-attacks. You know, we committed both Rodrigo and Shackleton forward on counter-attacks, and we just went for it. We just went for it. We saw the game was there for the taking. You know, we were the better team in the first half for me. Villa had the moments. Villa did have the moments. I'll go on to that in a second. But I did think overall we were still the better team in that first half. Second half, we committed more men forward. We sustained the attacks a bit more as a result of that. You know, we had a bit more there to build on the counter-attacks and keep the ball in Villa's half and just really dominate the game from there. And that's what we did. It just turned into total domination in the second half. And tactically from Bielsa, he was brave. He really was brave in that second half. You know, Shackleton and Rodrigo effectively played like two number 10s. You know, they weren't playing like centre mids. They were pushed that far up, pressing, passing the ball. Just everything they were doing was high up the pitch. You know, it was so brave from Bielsa tonight, and it just worked to an absolute perfectly. How could it not have worked perfectly? And I was just looking at what else I've had. You know, I think we had control. You know, we attacked and defended with intensity. Everything we did was with intensity tonight. Everything. You know, defended like it was our lives depended on it. We attacked with freedom, but with real pace and power and aggression, and trying to create chances, carve out chances, force Villa into mistakes. Everything we did was with tenacity, intensity, just everything you want to see from a Marcelo Bielsa team. It was all at 100 miles an hour today. 100 miles an hour, and obviously Pascal Struijk starts the game. I thought he had a really good 20 minutes. I really did think he had a really good 20 minutes, but he gets that booking. It's a shame he gets that booking, and ultimately it proved the right decision by Bielsa to take Struijk off, because obviously Struijk was diving in, he was winning the tackles, but he only had to miss time one. If he missed time one, he gets sent off, and obviously at that point it's a different game. So that was a masterclass from Bielsa. I think Struijk will learn from that. I think it was a really encouraging 20 minutes from Struijk in that defensive midfield role. When, you know, because obviously Calvin's going to be out for the long term at the minute, you know, about 6 to 8 weeks. Struijk's probably going to have to play in there more often. And to be fair, that was a really encouraging performance from him. It's a massive performance from him. You know, he put his body on the line in situations, the whole team put the body on the line in situations, and they get the result they deserve, because they didn't deserve to lose against Wolves. I'll keep saying it. We didn't deserve to lose that game. We didn't deserve to lose against Liverpool. Tonight, we got the result our performance merited, and it was absolutely fantastic. You know, we're third in the table, 10 points out of 6. You know, I think defensively as well, let's not just forget about how well we're doing going forward. Defensively, we've really massively improved. I think it's 2 goals conceded in the last 4 games. And look, let's not forget we've played City, Wolves, Villa in that time frame. Defensively, we've improved massively. Ayling, Robin Koch, absolutely phenomenal at the back. I think you can call that the partnership, the Cochling partnership. I don't know if that'll catch on. It probably won't, but there you go. I've just said it. I'm not going to retract it. The Cochling partnership was absolutely superb at the heart of the defence tonight. You would have thought Luke Ayling had played centre back for his whole career. It was a Sergio Ramos / Gerard Piqué-esque performance from him. Robin Koch is just absolutely phenomenal. You don't need to say it, guys. He is absolutely phenomenal. He looks like one of the signings of the season, not just for us, but in the whole league. You know, he's been absolutely fantastic. I don't even remember who Ben White is anymore. No disrespect to Ben White, he was a fantastic player for this football club. But Robin Koch is that next step up in class for me. Just that next step up in class. He's more aggressive. He wins his headers. He wins more 50-50s. Just everything about him. I just think he's just that next level. I think he's an absolutely fantastic player. How Victor also got Robin Koch for 13 million, I'll never know. How he's not first on that Germany team sheet in terms of defensively, I'll never know. But surely this player is something special. This lad is something special in that heart of the defence. To do what he's doing at this level, putting in performances like he is doing, consistently, absolutely fantastic. I mean, just to have someone like that back, in the back there, just so aggressive, leads by example, and just the perfect Leeds United defender for me. Just does. He's got class about him. He's got aggression when he needs to, and he just reads everything absolutely perfectly. And I've gone off on a bit of a tangent there, guys, but who cares? Leeds United just won 3-0 and a third in the table, guys. You know, who cares? Who cares? And we've got Marcelo Bielsa managing this football club. You know, and he's talking about having another year as well, potentially having another year at this football club. We might have 4 years of Marcelo Bielsa. Just let that sink in. Let that sink in. That's how much Marcelo Bielsa matters to us. How much we matter to Marcelo Bielsa. It's a mutual respect that will never be broken. Never be broken. And that's, you can never get that. You know, we've had so much talk about Marcelo Bielsa's overrated, Leeds United are a myth, etc, etc. I'm not going to go too much into that because anyone who's watched Leeds United play 3 or 4 games, take any 3 or 4 games from this Leeds United team in the last 2.5 years, will know that that statement is just false. It's just false, you know. It's a statement to wind us up, but really I look at it and think it's just envy. It is just envy at what this Leeds United team's doing. You know, we can talk about Dean Smith, his masterclass and that lot, but let's just take it all into context. Dean Smith has won 4 games in a row. Just happens to be at the start of the season, and one of them just happens to be against the champions. I'm not taking anything away from Villa, but let's not start saying Dean Smith is better than Marcelo Bielsa on the basis of those 4 games. You know, let's not make daft statements like that. Give praise to Dean Smith, yeah, absolutely. He's done a fantastic job at Villa, no doubt about it. No matter what you think of Dean Smith, he's done a fantastic job at Villa. But don't start comparing it to Marcelo Bielsa. Marcelo Bielsa is working on about half the budget, took over in a much more difficult situation. He's got this team playing pure, liquid football. The football we played tonight was football that I don't think Aston Villa are capable of. I don't think any team in this league below the top 6 is capable of football that we produced tonight. We could have won that game by 5 or 6. Patrick Bamford got a hat-trick. He could have had a hat-trick in the first half. Let's not forget, he could have had a hat-trick in the first half. Patrick Bamford is absolutely phenomenal tonight. I mean, the 2 finishes. You know, if Lionel Messi produces that second goal, Mo Salah produces that second goal, it's on the highlight reels for the rest of the week. But because it's Patrick Bamford, he might not get the same respect. The 3rd goal, he just stopped, you know, just opened up his body. You know, used Tyrone Mings as kind of like his guide into the top corner, and it's just absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. And let's not forget, we should have a penalty before that. Tyrone Mings has gone and tried to pull Patrick Bamford up and shoved him back over. And Patrick Bamford answers his critics. He answered his critics before this game. Tyrone Mings having a bit of a go. He didn't respond. He didn't react to Patrick Bamford. He just did his talking on the pitch. That's what we do in Leeds United. We do our talking on the pitch. We don't need to respond to what people say about us. You can say whatever they want. I'm just telling it's false, but I'm not going to get upset about it. I'm not going to get bitter about it because some teams don't appreciate what we do. It's just, it's their loss, you know, at the end of the day. But let's just go back onto the game again. I've just gone off on a tangent there, as per usual. I mean, the quality of the 3 goals. The quality of the 3 goals is what really stands out. I mean, you know, let's just talk a little bit about the chances before that. Obviously, you know, we had that first chance that falls for Rodrigo, that's kind of blocked, and then Bamford has one that's blocked as well. And the Rodrigo one's a superb block off Conte, to be fair. I'm not sure how much he knew about it, but it's still a superb block nonetheless. Patrick Bamford has that chance, you know, Jack Harrison cuts it back, and he just put it wide. He probably should score it, But we keep going. Villa, to be fair, had a good chance as well. Jack Grealish, you know, it was cleared off the line of Luke Ayling, and then obviously the goals happen. The goals happen in a flurry. Yeah, the first goal is just a fantastic breakaway. I talked already about Shackleton and Rodrigo being committed on the counter-attack. They both combine in the middle of the pitch. It's quick 1-2, 1-touch, 2-touch, and that's what makes it happen. That is what makes the whole goal happen. Shackleton plays it 1-touch, Rodrigo 1-touch, 2-touch. If they don't do that, if they try and be a bit more ponderous on the ball, keep it and control it, we don't break away at the same speed. The whole counter-attack breaks down. But because they played at such pace, such bravery, play it 1-touch, 2-touch, into Harrison. Harrison escapes down on that left-hand side. You know, he plays a quick one back into Rodrigo. Rodrigo has a good shot on goal. It's a decent save off Martinez, and Patrick Bamford's there on the spot. He just finishes it. You know, he puts himself in there and he gets the goal. And obviously the second goal, it's just phenomenal, phenomenal. Really good pass off Matthijs Klick, who, to be fair, in the first half, I thought Matthijs Klick was low par in the first half, but in the second half, in the deeper role, he just dictated. He just dictated the game like Matthijs Klick normally does. Or pretty much always does for Leeds United, because he is, for me, still our most important player, still my favourite player in this Leeds team. Puts a superb slide rule pass into Patrick Bamford. Patrick Bamford then does the rest, and it is Lionel Messi, Mo Salah-esque of Patrick Bamford. It's that good. It's that good a finish off him. And he just puts it away, and then the third goal is arguably as good. And it's a brilliant hat-trick. It's just a brilliant hat-trick from Patrick Bamford, and yeah, we have chances again. We have chances again on the breakaway to get another goal, and it's just all round a fantastic performance. And let's not forget, this was a makeshift team. This was a makeshift team tonight. You know, we had Liam Cooper, obviously wasn't fit enough to play. Calvin obviously got the injury against Wolves, and you know, we had that to put up with as well. Pascal Struijk we had to take off, so we had to effectively go with Stuart Dallas out of position, Luke Ayling out of position, Matthijs Klick out of position, Alioski out of position. You know, that's 4 or 5 players are just listed there who were out of position tonight, and were just brilliant. They adapted to the game, yeah, the conditions of the game, they adapted to it, they respected the game, they made the right decisions, and they just contributed massively to our win. You know, massively to our win. And I mean, Rodrigo is one I've got to talk about. Rodrigo from minute 1 to 90 just looks like someone who's playing at the level where he belongs at this Premier League level. He belongs at the top end of the Premier League level. You know, for me, he's just a phenomenal footballer, phenomenal player, and someone you really, not just because of the result tonight, but someone you just watch. Even if we had lost that game tonight, I'd have still come on there and said, Rodrigo's performance, maybe enjoy that game. Don't care what the result was. Leeds could have lost 4-0 tonight. I'd have still enjoyed that game just from watching Rodrigo. The way he plays football, the way he spins on the ball. Let's not forget, Rodrigo has played pretty much his whole career as either a left-sided forward, a right-sided forward, or a centre forward. He's never played in midfield before. He's played 3 or 4 games there, Sheffield United, Man City, Wolves, and tonight. And he's not looked out of place once. This is at the top echelon of football in the Premier League, and he's not looked out of place once. Out of position, a new position for himself, and he's adapted to it that quickly. You know, he knows where he is on the football pitch at all times. He can play in the half turn, he can take the ball, drive with it, he plays the balls into the channels with aggression, he can take a shot on, his movement off the ball is absolutely fantastic. His movement off the ball is phenomenal. He was going to get goals this season. He gets into goal scoring positions all the time. You know, the ball goes out he feeds the ball onto the left hand side to Harrison, he feeds the ball on the right hand side to Costa, and he makes the run. He doesn't just admire his pass, he makes the run. He sees it, he makes the run, he gets into the box. And he just causes problems. He might not get the chance himself, but he takes the defender away. When he makes that late run into the box, Mings, Konsa has to go to him. It frees up the space for Bamford in front of the box. And a lot of our chances in that first half came from that. He's a fantastic footballer. He's a truly, truly top quality footballer. And just the passing range as well. Left foot, right foot. He's just an unbelievable player. You know, the stats might say different. He's only scored 1 goal for Leeds United. But tell you what, football's about enjoyment. Forget the stats. Forget the stats. Football is about enjoyment. I mean, you watch people like Matthijs Klick, Rodrigo Moreno on that football pitch, you get enjoyment from watching Leeds United. In that central area, today, we dominated in that second half. Klick, Rodrigo, Shackleton. Phenomenal. Klick's playing out of position. Shackleton's making his actually, he did play against Liverpool, but one of his first Premier League starts. Rodrigo's in a new position, and he just combined They combine, they show bravery, courage on the ball, coverage off the ball, defenders really well. You know, they restricted the spaces for Barkley. I mean, Barkley and Grealish we hardly saw in the game because of how well that three worked together as a unit defensively. They pressed together, they drop back together, they transition together. When they're getting on the ball, they move it around, there's rotation in the middle. You know, Rodrigo can go deep, Click pushes on, Shackleton can go deep, Rodrigo pushes on. The rotation was just so smooth within that midfield three, and it just looked elite tonight. It looked elite, that midfield three. It looked world class at times. You know, that's how far I'd go. It did genuinely look world class, and just so on it tonight, and it just completely won the midfield battle in that second half, and there was just so much quality on that ball. Everyone wanted the ball. Everyone wanted that ball. Rafinha came on, wanted the ball, plays an unbelievable the pass of the game. The pass of the game into Jack Harrison. Gets on his on from the right wing, cuts in, drops into the half space. Harrison's made the run in behind, and he doesn't just play the ball into Harrison. He splits. He just completely. It's hard to even explain the pass. It's that good. You know, you've got the space between Cash there, Conte here, and he just plays it straight through the middle of them, and Harrison can just run diagonally into it. It's just absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic piece of vision, and that's really promising. You know, it's really promising. You know, Rafinha for me has looked lively in both games, massively lively, and he's a super footballer as well. And the players that you watch and they just make you enjoy football. Not even about the results, they just make you enjoy football. And the result tonight is just, it's put us third in the Premier League. But it's not this. The fact that we're third, but we're playing well enough to kind of justify what we're doing at the minute. And look, I'm not saying we're going to finish in the top four. I'm not saying we're going to finish in the top six. I'm not bothered about league position. I've said it before. I'm not that bothered about league position. As long as we're above the bottom three. The main thing for me is we carry on playing with our principles. We carry on playing with the ball. We're brave on the ball. And we just keep doing what we've done so far this season. I mean, we've already exceeded expectations. We're being phenomenal so far this season. I don't want to put pressure on the lads and say, we need to finish here. We need to win this game. We need to win that game. I'm just enjoying the ride. Enjoy it. Enjoy this. You know, enjoy this. We've got Marcelo Bielsa managing this football club. Players who just would do anything for the shirt, would just absolutely anything to win games, to play good football. You know, they're all committed to playing good football every single game. And it's just amazing to see, really, and that's all you can say, really. And it's not easy to play at Villa Park in this manner. It really isn't. It really isn't easy to play at Villa Park. Villa still have a good home record. It's not an easy place to go and even not just win, but to put in that manner of performance is absolutely amazing for us. You know, I've got a lot of respect for Aston Villa as a football club, but it's an amazing, amazing win that for us tonight. You know, and it's just a shame. You know, if there was no fans in the ground, you know, the atmosphere would have been absolutely immense from minute 1 to 90. You know, it's just a good quality game, and it's just a shame there was no fans tonight. But that's one of those things, and I mean, everyone deserves credit. It was the perfect textbook display of the lads. You know, we used our heads when we needed to. We showed heart when we went forward, and it was just fantastic tonight. Fantastic what we produced tonight, and that's all I can say, really, guys. In the centre of the pitch, not just the midfield, Bamford dominated, the centre-backs dominated. We were so centrally compact defensively. Everyone worked hard defensively. We restricted Villa to virtually nothing. They had a few chances late on, very late on, you know, at 3-0 up, but they missed them. When we deserved a look. Meslier made a couple of saves. We were fantastic defensively as well, and that's just as pleasing. You know, the fact that we go so attack-minded, we're almost like a front five and a makeshift CDM, to be that compact and solid defensively is absolutely fantastic for us. Fantastic. You know, Villa did hardly have any shots. We kept the front four so quiet, and we just stood up to him. You know, whenever Grealish got on the ball, we stood up to him. We didn't just stand back and admire him. We tried to get in his face, stop him. And if we had to make a tackle, we had to make a tackle. We had to dive in, we had to dive in. Barkley got on the ball, we had to dive in. We dove in. We didn't stop and admire them. We wanted to push and press at all times, defend with intensity, not just drop back and sit in a low block and say, come and play through us. We'll say, okay, you've got the ball, we're going to win it back off you, and we're going to create something at the other end of the pitch. That's our attitude, and that's absolutely fantastic. For a newly promoted club to do that, you don't see any other newly promoted club do that in this league. Not even Wolves. Wolves didn't even play with that bravery. This is what Leeds United and Marcelo Bielsa has done to this league. You know, he's upset the odds already, and we're only 6 games in. You know, I'm not expecting to stay in where we are in the table. I'm not going to be deluded and get called deluded in saying that You know, if we play like that all season, of course we can. But let's be realistic. You know, we're probably going to drop down the table. The main thing is, we really do have something about us. You know, the way we play our football, the courage, the way we make other teams feel about us. You know, I get so many non-Leeds fans come up to me and say, Leeds are unbelievable, Leeds are my second team and that lot. And that's the impression Marcelo Bielsa has left on English football. You know, his legacy already on English football. He's like 6 games into his career in the top flight, and you know, everyone just puts themselves on the line. I've said it already, and with so much confidence, you can just see the confidence, you know, just radiate from this team. And using the fancy words tonight as well. And yeah, I'm not going to set targets for this Leeds team because I'm just enjoying what we're doing. You know, Aston Villa 0, Leeds United 3. Aston Villa who won every game so far this season, and we've just gone there and won 3-0 and played them off the park. Phenomenal. Phenomenal performance. Phenomenal Friday night of action. And phenomenal support from you guys on the watch along. Absolutely top class. Make sure as well, guys, you check out Joe Wayman's post-match review. That will be up tomorrow morning. Make sure you check it out, guys. And plenty more content coming up. Unfortunately, it's a week now until Leicester. But it's one of those things, guys. I think tonight, you know, after Monday night, we got it out of our system straight away. We didn't feel sorry for ourselves, which would have been so easy to feel sorry for ourselves after Monday night. Deflected goal, game where we played relatively well in. When we just stood up to the challenge tonight, we've got a VAR decision against us, totally against us. Don't know how it went against us, but it did. But we didn't let that bother us. Bamford didn't let it bother him, didn't let Mings bother him, and he just stood up to the challenge. And we just produced what we know we can produce. We don't need to talk about how good we are. You know, the players don't need to talk about how good we are. We don't need to have a go at other teams to justify how good we are, like other teams do. We do our talking on the pitch, and that is the way football should be played, and that's Marcelo Bielsa's legacy. Do the talking on the pitch and handle ourselves with class. Gonna leave it there, guys, anyway. Aston Villa 0, Leeds United 3, top win for the lads. All Leeds TV. See you later, guys.